Would you have thought a couple of years ago that you'd be tracking your sleep, stress levels, heart rate, and even respiratory patterns with nothing but a ring? Not a smartwatch, not a fitness band, a simple ring. That sounds quite futuristic, right? Well, that future is actually now. I've been wearing the Ringconn Gen 2 since early January, and over the past few months, I've gathered a, let's call it, ridiculous amount of data on how I sleep, how my body reacts to stress, and even how my breathing changes overnight. At first, I was skeptical. Obviously. It is just a ring. How much can a ring actually really track? Would it be accurate? Would it be comfortable enough to wear actually 24/7? Would I like wearing a ring? After months of testing, I think I have a solid answer, and it might just be one of the best health tracking devices out there. So let's break down the last 2 months of me trying this ring for this review. First impressions and design. Smart rings are supposed to be subtle. You don't want a mini computer on your finger, you want something that looks clean, minimalistic, premium, and mostly unnoticeable. And the Ringconn actually nailed all of that. It's only 2 mm thick, which is thinner than a coin. And for all of you out there who don't know what actually a coin is, it's an ancient way of paying with real money. Here's an example. It weighs just 2 or 3 grams, somewhere in the middle, so you barely feel it on your finger. And sometimes when I took it off, I actually missed the feeling of playing with it using my other fingers. But what really surprised me was the build quality. I got the matte black version, and even after months of daily wear, it still looks almost new. I don't see any major scratches or scuffs, which is crazy considering how much stuff I touched throughout the days. Keys, knives, cooking equipment, cameras, door handles, glass surfaces, and the occasional gym equipment. The ring is made of titanium, which gives it a super durable and lightweight feel. It's also IP68 rated, which means dust and water resistance, which I stupendously did not know for the first 3 weeks. So I took it off every time I washed my hands, went for a shower or morning clean. Yeah, super, I guess this wasn't necessary. Can you wash your hands with it? Of course. Can you shower with it? Also yes. Can you swim with it? Technically, probably yes. It's 10 ATM water resistant, meaning it can handle 100 meters underwater, but I haven't been to any pool in years, so I couldn't test this. But it's fine in a bathtub. But here's what I noticed. If it's not a perfect fit on your finger, water gets trapped between your skin and the ring, and that can feel weird and screw with data. It doesn't damage the ring or anything, but it's something to keep in mind. Just make it dry after using it underwater. Now, getting the perfect fit is crucial, because if it doesn't sit right, the tracking can be off. And here's where something clever from Ringconn comes in. Unlike a smartwatch where you can adjust the strap, a ring needs to be exactly the right size. And this is where Ringconn did something really smart. Instead of just guessing your size as the user, they sent you a trial kit first. The kit includes plastic rings in different sizes. You wear them for a day or two to see which one feels best. And when you think you found the perfect size, you actually mail them, and then you order the extra ring based on that. It's a huge deal because your fingers change size throughout the day. In the morning they might be swollen, at night they might shrink a little. So if your ring is too tight, it is uncomfortable. And if it's too loose, it won't track properly. For me, the ring finger was the best fit, but you can wear it on your index or your middle finger as long as the sensor faces your palm for accurate readings. I think I actually haven't mentioned the different sensors and the hardware inside of the ring. So let's do that. A PPG sensor, measuring your heart rate, tracking your stress levels, and monitoring your blood oxygen levels. A skin temperature sensor, which helps detecting skin temperatures, fever if you have one, sleep quality, and for the women out there, menstrual cycle variations. And then there is a 3-axis accelerometer for motion and activity levels, sleep stages, and wake-up phases, and some passive things like step counting. Now that the hardware is done, let's actually talk about the software. Setup and the app. It's quick, it is simple, no subscriptions. Setting up the Ringconn Gen 2 is actually ridiculously easy. You download the app, you pair the ring via Bluetooth, that's it. No weird setups, no subscriptions as I said before, which is actually huge because many fitness apps try to lock features behind the paywall, which Ringconn actually does not. You get everything with a one-time purchase of the ring. The app itself is clean, fast, and well designed. It tracks 4 main things. 1. Sleep tracking. Probably the main reason you'd buy this, and for me the most interesting part. Then stress levels, which was surprisingly useful. Vital signs, which means heart rate, blood oxygen, temperature. And the last one, which is basics activity tracking. It's nice to have, and also it's the part which freed me from my smartwatch. All of this data is combined and meshed into a wellness score inside the app, so you instantly know how your body is doing. And I'm happy that mine, in that case, with some small exceptions, is actually pretty good. But let's dive into the main reason I wanted this ring: sleep tracking. Let's be real, most people don't get enough sleep, and this is me included. And this also shows in the data I collected. I have quite a lot of days where I sleep well under what is healthy for my lifestyle and age. And even when I do, I don't actually know if it was a good kind of sleep, since I wake up and that's mostly it. That's where the Ringconn Gen 2 comes in for me. It's a device that actually tracks everything that was interesting to me, especially in sleep. Total sleep time, sleep phases, light, deep, REM, how often I woke up at night, skin temperature changes, and respiration rate. And then there is the one thing that actually really impressed me: it has sleep apnea detection. Yeah, a ring that can flag if your breathing is irregular at night. Now, of course, this is not a medical diagnosis, but over the last 2 months, it flagged me for light sleep apnea twice. So let's quickly talk about how this works. If you wake up feeling exhausted, even after 8 hours of sleep, the ring could give you serious insights into what's happening while you sleep. After collecting data for 3 nights, the app can tell if there are potential apnea events, which I find insane for a wearable this small. And while we're talking about health tracking, let's get into stress monitoring as well, which I found surprisingly useful. And let's be honest, I didn't think I'd care about this feature at all. Turns out, I check it almost every day when I'm uploading the data into the app. The ring uses heart rate variability, HRV, to measure how stressed or relaxed I am, and gives you a very easy to understand graphical overlay. Green zone, yay, great. Yellow or red, yeah, maybe it's time to take a break, lessen my caffeine intake, or I should go out and take a walk around the block. It even shows trends over days and weeks, so you can see how caffeine, workouts, lack of sleep, or work stress actually affect your body and stress levels. And speaking of weeks, the battery life of the Ringconn Gen 2 is pretty impressive as well. Let's call it how it is. This was a huge surprise for me, especially, well, coming from a smartwatch. The Ringconn Gen 2 lasts 10 to 12 days on a single charge, and I actually had a 14-day period until I had to recharge it. This means there is no daily charging, no battery anxiety like with smartwatches. And how do you actually charge it? Just put it inside this stylish case. It's induction charging, and it's quite fast at bringing the ring back to 100%. And how long does the battery inside the case last? I have charged the ring in 2 months, 4 times by now, and Ringconn says this holds up to 150 days of extra power. So, half a year? Wow. Now, have I experienced any negatives so far? I would say yes and no. There is a thing that comes with using the ring at night. When it's really dark, the ring sensors can be seen lighting up, measuring your vitals. This can potentially wake up someone sleeping next to you. It is not super bright, but it is clearly noticeable in the dark. And I think that's actually it. So, conclusion. Is the Ringconn Gen 2 worth it? If you want detailed sleep tracking, stress monitoring, and a battery that lasts forever, then to me, yes. Since getting it, I haven't used any of the 3 smartwatches I, well, own. Of course, at $349, this is not cheap, but considering the tech, the size, and everything that goes into the Gen 2 ring, the price makes sense to me. And since there are no additional costs after the purchase, like a subscription or something, I think the price is steep, but still okay. But let me ask you a question. Would you wear a smart ring instead of a smartwatch? Drop a comment down below. I'm curious to hear what you think about it. And while you actually edit, scrolling past the red button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is LeechTM. I'm off writing the next scripts. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. There are plenty more of this type of content and many other things available for you to watch. Have a great day. See you around and goodbye.